Hello, I'll be showing you how I achieved these nails from start to finish. Please kindly watch, subscribe and share my video. Thank you. So this is the first step and here you can see me doing the prep. Prep is basically getting my client's nail bed ready for the acrylic that is to come. So first thing I do, as you can see, is to push back the cortical areas, and then I cut any excess. I trim the nails. After that, I'm using a regular hand file to file the corners to make sure everything is on point. The next step is me using an e-file to remove any excess cuticle growth there. And this is very important because not removing this can make your nails lift on time. So I'll be repeating this process for all 10 fingers, and I always do this on low speed. After that, I'm going in again with my regular hand file to file the nail bed. This is to get it prepared for the application of my nail tips, which I'm going to be doing next. So here you see me applying my nail tip, and here I make sure that everything is intact and I press it down very well. I press it firmly, and after I do this, I cut to the desired length, and I also file to shape. And for these nails, I'll be doing a short square acrylic acrylic set rather. So my client wants it short and she wants it square. So you see me going back again and filing the points of attachment so that I don't have any part of the nails bulging up. Want to blend it in to look like it's my client's nails that's growing out. Yes, you literally want to do that. And always be gentle. Make sure you don't start filing your client's skin or cutting them. So you need to be careful. That's why we always use a new nail file for each client, as you can see me doing here. So the next thing I'm doing is to apply primer, and I'm doing this for each of the nails. I'll be repeating this process for all 10 fingers. After applying the primer, you can see me trimming out excess cuticle growths here, and I always do this carefully, and I always use a new cuticle trimmer for each client. This is a sharp object, guys, so you have to use one each for every client. And after I do that, I'm going back in with my cuticle pusher to make sure that I have this neat and clean finish before my acrylic application. Now after doing this, I'm going to start by applying my acrylic. So this takes us to the acrylic application. I like working with a one bead technique. This technique saves me time and gives me a smooth finish for my work. So this is a short nail set. Usually I work with just one bead. If I was doing something longer, I usually work with, let's say, a two bead technique or three bead technique. But most of the time I work with a one bead technique, just as you see me doing here. As a beginner nail tech, if you are able to master using one bead technique, it will save you lots of time and you also save your products. Another thing to do for you is that you reduce the look of gallops you have on your nails during your application. Your nails look smoother, just as see me doing here. So I'll repeat the process for all 10 fingers as I've been doing. So I'm working with a size 12 brush. This is a size 12 Kolinsky brush that I'm working with. As a beginner nail tech, you should try as much as possible to reduce the amount of nail products you have on your client's skin when you're working, especially during acrylic application. Like it's common for nail techs, especially beginners, to use their brush as they are trying to get a smooth finish. They tend to rub on the brush, the monomer on the brush on their client's skin, or you can avoid this when you are careful. Always remember that your business is the nail bed. That's what you are working with, and not your client's skin. So you always have to be careful. Limit the amount of product you have there. So after this, the next step is to use an e-file. You can see here that I've changed the bit I used before. I am using right now a small barrel bit. This I use for leveling. I used to level the acrylic. The importance of this is that in case you have any point of your nails that is bulging out, is not looking aligned with the rest part, you can easily use this to blend it all out or blend it all in, as the case may be. Then after I do this, I go in with my hand file and file the sides to make sure that the shape is crispy. I'll be making another video where I explain in details how I do that, how to file with a hand file. So at this point now, I'm drawing my French tips, and I'll be giving this hack on how to get the perfect French tip. You can see here that I started on by drawing two lines side by side, and I did another line at the middle to like join the two lines together. Then I went in to make this curve. It makes it easy. You'll be seeing me repeating this process on the next finger I work with. Just watch closely and you'll see it. So many beginner nail techs find it difficult to get the perfect French tip. Sometimes you may have a smile line that is looking bent or looking too curved, too deep. But this simple hack, it saves time and it helps. So watch me do it here. Start by drawing this line by the right, yes. Then I draw another line by the left. Now I put another line at the middle to join the two of them together. At this point, I just make my curve along the lines. Yes, and you have it already. So you can perfect this. It's going to save you lots of time. And you should always remember to find your balance when you're holding your painting brush, like you can see me doing here. Always make sure you're relaxing your hand that you're painting with. Find your balance. So when you're able to find your balance, it makes it easy. Instead of just drawing freehand or suspending your hand, you're able to do this relaxed. So repeat the same process for all 10 fingers. After this, I cure for 60 seconds and always double check to make sure it's properly dried. At this point, I'm using nail remover to clean off any excess I have. Very important too. You don't want your nail polish chipping off after some days, or you don't want it staining your top coat. Now at this point, I'm applying my top coat on each finger and I'm doing this carefully. I don't want to apply too much product on each finger and then you start having it flow to the side. So you need to be careful. You apply just enough and make sure you're avoiding the skin. Don't start putting your top coat on the skin. Make sure you're working only on the nail bed or the acrylic that you have on the nails. This will make sure that your work is neat. I repeat the same process for all 10 fingers. And another thing I do is to always make sure I clean the sides of my nails. After applying top coat like this, I go back to the first finger I started with. As you can see here, I clean the sides for any excess that may have flowed to the side while I was turning my client's hand. And after doing this, I cure again for another 60 seconds. You can also double cure to make sure that everything is properly dried. So this is the end result, guys. How did we do? So if you have any questions, just drop it in the comment section, and please subscribe, follow, share my video. Thank you.